Hello. Let's see, it's telling me my connection is not good, but hopefully it'll be good. Welcome to the replay. So tonight we are going to be working with the Club Couture November transfer. I wasn't sure if it was called Seasons Greetings, just like it says, or something else. So we will be creating a project with this. Let's see. And I forgot to turn my volume down on here, but hey, it worked at least. So I'm gonna just share this. No, oops. One day I will come on and this will work very smoothly. I have such an old version of Facebook on my old phone that it is just, it's a little rough. So we're going to be doing the pennant banner, which is this one here. And I will just tell you a great tip for working with the pennant banner is to iron it first. You can sort of see there was a little wrinkle in there. But yeah, it sometimes, you get in a rush to do your project and you forget. I can't talk and do this at the same time. I don't know why I always have trouble sharing to the group from the live. But all right, I got it to work. I feel like the last few times I went live it didn't work. But all right, perfect. So even though this is fabric, we're actually going to be working with paste. It's totally fine to use paste. I mean, I wouldn't use paste to like make a t-shirt or something like that, but we're not going to be washing this or wearing it or, whatever, so it'll be fine. But let me just take this stick out and I'm going to just put it to the side. Oh, I forgot to plug in my hot glue gun. Well, we're not ready to do that yet anyway, but so I have a couple things to show you. Oh my gosh, with just some different things from Couture at the moment. I really was like ready. All right, so I have my little baby glue gun here, so just because I'll be able to reach perfectly, but the cord is all curled up. So the paste. So these are two brand new pastes that we're going to be opening up tonight to use. So I have Currant Jam. This is such a pretty color. And then I have Bark, the brown. So you'll notice that Bark is in a bigger jar. If you've placed any orders lately, sometimes they're in the normal jar, like the Currant Jam, the 3-ounce jar, and sometimes they're in the 4-ounce jar. You're still getting 3 ounces of paste. It's just the supplier that supplies the jars was just having trouble getting them. I actually kind of like the bigger jars because it gives a little more room to, get in there and scoop and all that. So, let's see. I'm just trying to look to see what, I guess I will just have the problem of not being able to see who's in here when, because it looks like that's my only issue tonight. So if you're a Club Couture member with me, you got a little package with the pieces of greens and picks and whatever. Nothing with pine cones because pine cones don't mail well. All right, let me just move. Of course, I put like a ton of stuff over here because I'm like, oh, I don't know what I want to use. And if you'd like more information on Club Couture, just let me know. But I'll just kind of quickly tell you, each month you'll get this beautiful envelope delivered to your mailbox. And it will have an exclusive transfer that only Club Couture members and designers receive. It's $19.99 a month plus tax. It comes with 3 little packets of paste, and of course I don't have any that are in arm's reach here, but they look like little ketchup packets. So it gives you, you're all set to just create a little project. So, and let me just put this down here. So, and another thing to mention too, so just watch, especially any of the brand new transfers, like the Club Coutures are going to be brand new. Any of the transfers that have the little W right down there next to the, like the product number, you want to be extra careful with them as far as if you're someone that takes the transfers and, you know, tosses them in water while you're working. The way these are made are more environmentally friendly now. So, actually, you know what? I'm just going to cut it on here. So if I use this and set it in, you know, just set it in water, eventually I'm guessing it would just disintegrate, but yeah. But I mean, properly used, they're, you know, good to go. So we are only going to be using 2 pieces. So these 2 pieces. So this is the transfer that got sent out for November. If you're still interested in this exact transfer, you can sign up for Club Couture for December, and then it'll give you the option that you can purchase this one. So that right now, that's the only way to get it. And this is really cool, because if you look at the example, I have it posted on the page. There's so many ways you can use this. I mean, I thought these would be cute using these pieces on the tags or on an ornament or a picture frame or something, or, you know, the season's greetings in the middle, a deer in the middle. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can use it. All right. So I do have my my ink mat that I'm going to use. Even though we are using paste, I'm still going to use the ink mat. I like the ink mat because it has a little sticky to it. It also has everything stuck to it, I guess is another way to put it. Let's see. Without being in my own way here. I don't know, is that... Did I not flip it? Oh no, I did. I was thinking I didn't flip the view of the camera. So I'm going to kind of work this way, because otherwise I'll be bumping it and it'll be in the way. So I like using the ink mat because it's going to help just keep everything situated while you're working on it. And this also helps if there are like a few little wrinkles in your mat. So this is the smaller ink mat. There is a larger one too, so it's perfect for t-shirts and stuff, but this one works great for t-shirts too. You know, because really you're not inking usually like the whole thing, you're just kind of doing that part in the middle there. All right, let me just put those there. And let me just slide that up. Get the paste ready. I have my little... So I'm rearranging my whole little setup here. And I'll just tell you the part that normally when you watch my lives, the part you see, that was the only part that was like presentable, to put it nicely. Yeah. This, I don't know. I'm not good at keeping this room, like, I don't know, neat. That's a nice way to put it. All right, so now if this was ink, I would be extra careful because I feel like I've opened ink and had it like explode on me. Oh, and my garbage is like now all the way on the other side. I love this color, Current Jam. I actually did a project where it was like the perfect color for what I was doing, but I didn't have it, and I kind of made my own. So once I did that, actually the porch board that's on my front porch. Okay, so this is what they look like when you open them. So I just want to make sure I don't spill it. So if you look at that, it's kind of like separated and a little, you know, that's totally fine. Ooh, it's a little thick. So you just want to, this actually would have been better with a different tool, but that's all right. You'll get it. So yeah, it just when it's like kind of sits and settles, it just thickens up. And I'll try to do this without shaking. Like, I don't know if I have the table against the camera stand or not. And it makes kind of a gross noise. It almost makes me think of like Rice Krispies. I'm really not with all my stuff together. So when I had my I'm actually completely turned the other way in the room. Not that you can tell because it's just at the table. But, and so all my stuff that was right next to me before, I have like kind of like across the room now. It's just still like a little bit of a work in progress. Oh my goodness, these are like tough to stir with when it's brand new. All right, this needs a little bit of water. So you want it to be like cake batter, yogurt. Sorry, I'm kind of like off camera, but it's just, I'm really like putting muscle into this, but this little teeny stick is, okay. We're gonna go with it like this. Normally I would make it a lot smoother, but it's totally fine. And I have it on my finger. Of course I don't have paper towels right here. That's all right. All right, this one will be easier. Oh, this one's much easier to stir. So being that it's in the bigger jar, it's like so much easier. Because you're not worried about it kind of, you know, the other one was kind of almost coming out of the jar as you're trying to stir it. So really, this is like the perfect consistency. And then I'm just gonna rest the cover on top just so that it doesn't dry out. And even though my fingers are dirty, I'm just gonna be careful. Okay. So we're gonna start with, let's see. So just in case you are not familiar with what we have here. So what these are, it's a sticky back silk screen. So this side is sticky and then there's a mesh right inside there. And then if you look, this paper side here, trying to get it so I could see the shine. Like you see how it's like shiny like a photo. So that's the only side that you want to put your transfer back on when we're done. This side is the dull side. You can go and write on them and shoot, like I said, I'm in the middle of rearranging here. So I can easily tell which side is which, but I like to write on the back and write what transfer it is and all of that. So first we're going to put the season's greetings on. So that will help us determine how far up we're going to put our little deer head or buck or whatever the proper name for it is. So normally we would want to go and fuzz this, but because we're going right on the canvas, we don't need to fuzz it because we actually really want it to stick well. And I like to kind of do it close to the surface just so nothing flips back and sticks to itself. So if you look, you can kind of see there's the mesh. And oh my gosh, my chair so tight to the wall I can't even stand up to look to see if it's centered. All right, so I'm gonna just cross my fingers and hope that Couture centered it nicely here. It looks like it's pretty centered. So I'm gonna start right in the center, and I'm just gonna, you know, smooth it out. And you wanna make sure you don't have air bubbles. But always work from the center out. If you didn't like where you put it, you could lift it back up and move it over. Okay. And this mat is really sticky. Let's see, I probably should flip it around. Okay. I don't want to like burn the house down with the glue gun here. So let's see, we'll just kind of, oh, you can't see that good. Just so you're not looking at my other phone with the project and seeing it in double. So you can, I mean, you could put it wherever you want. I think I'm gonna just use the spacing of the edge of the transfer. Let me just kind of. I'm just trying to make him look. So again, start in the center and just push out. Okay. I wish this mat was like a little bit shorter. Actually, let's see, maybe I can just do it this way. That probably would make more sense. Sometimes I have to do things the hard way. Okay. That's so much better. And then I look in the camera and it's like, push it the opposite way. You know, because when you're on Facebook, you have to flip everything. So we'll start with this one. And so again, like this, actually this is probably fine. It's a little thick, but it's nothing wrong with it. Oh my gosh, now I'm pushing the table. All right. So I like to, when I use paste on canvas, I like to treat it as if I'm doing ink. And this squeegee has like a little mark in it, so it's gonna make, okay. So I don't wanna like fool with it too much, because I don't wanna push it under what I'm working on, or even though this is a very sticky transfer because it's brand new. I don't want it to like go under that little edge. Okay. And just remember too, just like if we were on any other surface, you want to work, I don't want to say work quickly, but you know, if we were doing this with ink, you could kind of let it sit. Oh my gosh, my hands keep sticking to it. All right. So we're going to peel this off. And if you peel it slowly, if you see a spot that, you know, you kind of missed, then you can kind of set it back down and can, you know, and do it again. But if you like just rip it off and then you have a spot that you missed, you know, then you have to wait for it to dry and kind of reline it up. Now while you're moving on to your next part, I just took this and I set it right back on my sheet, and then as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna clean these. So I'm just gonna set it to the side. So I have a little spot that didn't quite come through, but I like the look of like the, you know, kind of distressed look, especially with the cream color of the banner. I think it looks nice together. So I'm gonna just put, because now I have stuff set on top of the lid. I'm just gonna rest the little part I peeled off on top of the paste just so it doesn't dry out more. Since I decided to not bring my paper towels near where I'm working. Okay. I thought this color was a little bit redder, but that's fine. Just because some of my berries and stuff are like a more Christmassy red. And you just want to clean up your lines. Let me just clean up the jar too. All right, and the same thing. I'm just going to take the little backer sheet and set it right back down on top of that. So there is that part of the project. Now this will dry pretty quick. All right, just cover this up. You always want to make sure too to like clean off the very top edge of the jar. That'll help you to have your paste not dry out on you. All right, just so I don't mess that up. I feel like I have it like all over my hands. So I'm just gonna slide it off to the side here. Actually, I'm gonna take it off of here because I don't want to get all the little glitter and that stuff from our picks in it. So these are just those inexpensive picks from the craft store. You can, obviously use whatever ones you want. But if you are a Club Couture member, you have your little kit that you got. So, and I also have, I just don't want to bring it over here because it'll make a mess. I have it's a large kind of garland with like leaves like this, and they're kind of like frosted and stuff. I use this to do a lot of different things. I just like cut like tiny pieces off. It's probably like a 5-foot piece of garland. It's perfect for doing stuff like this, ornaments, whatever. I'm not really sure. I kind of just have a few pieces. I really like this. Oh, I'm not even like on camera. Sorry. I really like these pieces in here, so I think I'm going to clip some of those to use. So you can either use scissors or wire cutters depending on what, like where they are in the arrangement. I'm just going to clip some of this stuff off because it's kind of, you can see how weak I am. I can't even clip it. So I just have like a bunch of different leaves. Anytime I do anything with, any kind of greenery or whatever, if I'm not using the greenery, I always keep it. Because you never know, like this isn't necessarily like a Christmas greenery, but I think it works. Actually, I'm just gonna kind of split this way. Oops. All right. I just don't want to use my scissors if there's a wire in it. So, I'll just see. Sorry, I just have to pull it a little closer to me to clip it. See, it's a good thing you can't see my face because, and there it went. Hold on. Because some of these things are really tough to clip. I was gonna say, oh my god, it like flew across the room and I don't know where it even went. Well, as long as I'm over here, I'll get... I just stepped on my inking mat. That's great. Okay, I'm back. So this is, I'll just show you, this is an ornament I made maybe last year or the year before. Like that. So this is what I'm talking about, like these little little greenery pieces. These are just from 2 different garlands. So you can, some of those like great big garlands, you just like cut them apart and just use them how, you know, how you want. You don't have to use them how they're sold. I thought these 2 were the same and they're not. All right. I like this piece too. Okay, I don't know like what kind of branch that is supposed to be. Clearly that is like the injection mold. Like, oh, what the heck? Haven't seen anything grow like that out in the wild. So I'm just gonna, let me just slide this over. I'm just gonna be careful not to touch it because I can see it still is wet. I think what I'm gonna do is kind of go from like one, just like from one side, and kind of just go like that, and maybe find some other little pieces. These are nice leaves too. I mean, I want this to be pretty simple. I'm not even adding a bow. Like I just looking for just a little, at least I don't think I'm adding a bow. So something along that kind of line. We can't go that way because we put the deer up that high, but okay, my stick. So we're just gonna put the stick back in of the banner because we might want to attach some of it to this. So you can also, I like to, I feel like every time I use this stuff, I feel like a commercial for it. A lot of times I'll hot glue things and then I'll also add the E6000. This is like, I don't know, it's an awesome glue. I'll just say that. It does such a great job, but it takes it a little bit to set up. So like if you hot glue it, it'll, hold it in place, and then the hot glue will hold in place. And then the E6000 will like set up and, all right, I'm gonna hold on to the part we want so it doesn't go flying. So I think I'm actually gonna, let's see, I guess I could look in the camera, or in the phone rather. I think I'm just gonna kind of put it like this. And I'm gonna attach the pieces together and then attach them on the banner. Let's see. You could also, wire them if you wanted to. I never have good luck doing that. Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of put some little, oh, this glue gun is worse than the other one. Someday I'll get a grown-up glue gun. Okay. And I'm not gonna burn my fingers. This is actually another thing the squeegees are really great for. I should have grabbed one of those. because they're silicone and you can just kind of use the hot glue and not worry about burning yourself. I'm just going to kind of twist some of these pieces over. Yeah, this is not sticking at all. Alright, and now we'll put this piece on. I'm actually going to kind of slide it down a little bit because I'm going to hide that end with a pine cone, I think. Okay. Oh, there we go. The glue gun just had to get going. And I needed a little push. So yeah, someday I want to get one of those fancy glue guns that you use. I think it's like Ryobi or something. It's like basically like a cordless drill, but it's a glue gun. I don't think I'm to that point in my crafting life that I need that, but okay. We could like cut this little guy as a loss, but you'll probably end up seeing the glue more than the little berry. But I think that's gonna be nice. Maybe we'll have like a little piece go down that way, a little piece of green or something. So I'm just gonna find another little piece in here. Oh, right next to me. Just so I have something kind of coming down on the other side. So this part that I'm cutting off, which I'm sorry I'm off camera, but doesn't have wire in it, so it cuts nice and easy with the scissors. So like that. Cut like a couple pieces. Let's see. Just kind of have to play with it to get it how you want it. It's not exactly, I don't know why this piece is like bent weird. That's all right. And I'm just gonna glue this right on here. I'm gonna be a little generous with the glue because I want it to actually stay. It's just the heat. I don't know how it's loud to me, but I don't know. Because it's finally winter. It was like, what, like almost 70 degrees the other day, and now it's like freaking freezing out. I went to get the mail and the garbage cans today, and I'm like, oh my god. Couldn't believe how cold it was out. Alright, and now I'm going to glue this piece on. I'm going to glue it kind of, let's see. I'm going to glue it just to the banner because I did not put the string in the stick yet. I was trying to see. Maybe I don't want to cover his head there. So I'm just going to put like a line of glue right across. Ooh, as I like melt my finger here. And I'm lining it up with that center branch. I'm just gonna hope that something sticks from it. Now I'm looking and I wish I put that down a little bit more, but that's all right. I can kind of, once this dries on here, I can kind of move some of these branches, kind of push them up a little bit. I just want this glue. You'd think the glue would actually dry really quick because it's cold in here, but okay, it's staying. And now we'll add maybe another little piece like this, just so it's a little something for the pine cone to sit on. We're running out of glue on that glue stick. Okay. And again, I can come back in and kind of tuck some of the other greens under there if I want. I was gonna say, oh shoot, all the pine cones are like huge. I have some smaller ones. So yeah, all the pine cones that came on the pics are pretty big, but we'll just go. I have some on this garland. So I'll just show you now that I have like the transfer and everything out of the way. So this is, oh, you really can't. I just kind of, this is a garland that I cut pieces off of, and I just shove it in a plastic bag and I just cut what I need off of it. But this has glitter on it too, so good times with that. So it does have some little pine cones that are wired on here. And I have like glue on my finger. So we might need some other little green stuffs. A lot of this stuff, so granted these picks I did just purchase recently, but a lot of this stuff I buy it after the holidays when it's like 90% off. I would never pay, don't ever pay full price for any of this kind of stuff. That's just, you don't ever have to do that, because it's always, now I mean you can get, a lot of times get it like 60% off or whatever, like before, like probably now, but even right when it first comes out, you just have to watch. Like Hobby Lobby, they just alternate every week. They alternate the different departments. So it's like 50% off one week and then oops, now I can't make that lay in there. Shoot, now I don't know which way I had it turned, but all right, so and I just glued my finger to it. I know this isn't the most exciting part, watching hot glue dry, but I just need like something there to kind of fill that space so that the pine cone will stay. And when I cut the pine cone off the garland, there was like a little piece, like a little piece of wire that it was wired on, and I left about like maybe like 1/4 of an inch of the wire, so I could kind of jam it down into the greenery and then the little blob of hot glue. Okay, so there's that. So here is our little, hold on, let me just look. Yep, so there is our little project. Sorry, the camera is like a little bit close, so that is so that you cannot see the curtain behind me. That is, I've had it like, it's one of the, you know, it goes to the floor, but I've had it kind of like wrapped in a knot for like months just to get more light in here, and now it just looks wrinkled, looks awful. So we have our little string to put on here. So something you can do, which I think I have tape here. Done. I do, good. Finally, I have something that's actually next to me. So to thread some of these, like string like this, or yarn or something, if you're trying to thread through these holes, it can be like kind of a pain. So if you, oh my gosh, I'm not on camera. What is wrong with me? So if you wrap a little piece of, whether it's Scotch tape, masking tape, whatever, and just wrap it around the end, and it'll make it so it kind of stays together so that you can then go put it through. I'll do this other one on camera. So you just kind of, you know, because instead I keep cutting it with this, even if I cut it, it's still gonna kind of open up a little bit. I just take it, like the, what do you call those little things on the shoelaces? That's exactly what we're doing. Those things have a name too. And then same thing, we'll go through and just kind of decide how long you want it. So I'm just gonna knot this, and I'm gonna be lazy and I'm gonna just cut that part off that I just taped on there, because I don't need it that long anyway. And you only have to knot it once, because it's because that hole is pretty much the same size as the string. I'll just see, I think that's kind of good. So I will take a picture so that you can really get a good look at it. Actually, we'll go down here. Well, these are great scissors. Oh my gosh, don't even cut through the... So just try to leave like the same amount on there. And just to kind of make it look a little more rustic, I'm gonna take this and kind of just fray it a little bit. Oops, rip it apart, whatever. All right, and that is our project for tonight. And if you would like more information on Club Couture, please let me know. It's really, I mean, even if I wasn't a designer, I would still do it. It's like getting like Happy Mail. You know, you go to the mailbox and it's all bills and ads. At least it's not the political ads anymore. At least this is something fun that you can enjoy. So, and again, this transfer is still available as an add-on when you sign up for December. And that is the only way that you can get it, unless you become a designer. Which, if you're interested in that, let me know. All right, have a great night. Thanks for watching.